Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and if you are new here, hello, welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing. And if you're back, welcome back. Today, you guys, I cannot even begin to tell you how excited I am about today's video. This is something that as soon as I saw that it was happening, I was like, this is going to be amazing. People are going to be so stoked, so over the moon. We have mini cross-stitch conversion kits from Jaded Gem Shop. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't even tell you. One of the top questions that I get is, how do I work on a cross-stitch conversion project? Where do you recommend that I start? What are some beginner-friendly options, et cetera, et cetera? And I have to be honest, there have not been like really easy options out there, and now we have it. When Jade first floated this idea to me, I was like, this is going to be incredible. I think that this is going to be so helpful and be a game changer for people that really want to figure out if cross-stitch conversions are for them or not, without having to do all of the work that goes into getting your hands on one of these projects. Now, to give you context, I'm actually working on a really large cross-stitch conversion project at the moment. I'll link to the playlist below if you're curious, but I feel like a much easier way to get a sense for if this kind of project is for you is to work on something at a much smaller scale, and also to have it involve a lot fewer pieces. Right now, the way that you otherwise have to do it is to go and hunt down a cross-stitch chart, do all the math, do all the like figuring out, okay, like how big is this going to be? I need to look at the floss usage chart, figure out how much of each color I need. And then I have to go and get the materials from somewhere else, like the canvases and the diamonds. And then I have to, figure out how to read the chart and everything. So much of that has been consolidated for you guys now into one very easy, super beginner friendly, and also honestly really budget friendly process, because getting one of those really larger projects can get pretty pricey pretty quickly. So Jaded Gem Shop has launched these mini cross-stitch conversion kits that are going to come with everything that you need. Now, I want you to know right up front that you're seeing a little bit of a rough draft version of these. I happen to live pretty close to where Jaded Gem Shop is located, and when I found out that she was doing this, and I was just so excited to get to share with you guys that it was happening, I basically just asked her, I'm like, can we just kind of throw together some of the materials so that I can just show what it's going to look like and get the word out there, because I am just so darn excited for it. So right now you're seeing some rough cut blank canvases. And if you order one of these mini cross-stitch conversion kits, you're going to get your typical canvas from Jaded Gem Shop, which is going to have the green border all the way around. It's going to have finishing. It's going to have branding. This is a separate blank canvas that I have for a cross-stitch conversion, a panel project that I want to work on, that I had gotten the chart elsewhere and then gotten the diamonds and the canvas from Jade. So this is more like what you're going to get. It's going to have the complete border, whereas these, you can see they've been rough cut. The only difference is where this one doesn't have the numbers on the grid. If you take a look up close at these blank canvases, they have some numbering going on that's going to make it even easier to kind of read the cross-stitch chart and match it to this canvas. So you're also going to get your diamonds in heat sealed baggies, whereas these are ones just from her loose spare drills that she weighed out and bagged up for me. So I just want to be totally clear up front that what you're seeing is not how the packaging is going to appear for you. This is just me sort of getting a rough cut version of these, because I really want to show you guys this is available. This is out there, and you guys need to know about it like ASAP. So I have two here that I'm going to share with you. And you can tell, I think, just from looking at the canvas size again, that this is like a nice small size. Both of these canvases, both of these charts are going to shake out to be 30 by 30 centimeters. As of the time of this filming, Jade has 8 mini cross-stitch conversion kits on her website. 7 of the 8 of those are this 30 by 30 centimeter size. You don't have to do any of the math on the chart. Now, I want to make sure you also know that these charts, this artwork is legally licensed. So the name of this artwork is Foxy. It is from the artist Martith Art. The artist has given permission for Jade to hand chart this artwork into a cross-stitch pattern. So everything is still completely above board as far as licensing goes and compensating the artist. The artist are getting royalties on these pieces. So Jade has just taken this image and turned it into a cross-stitch chart herself, and then is able to then provide that cross-stitch chart to us. So it's going to include, like I said, it's going to include all the materials you need to do one of these. So it's going to be very beginner friendly. So you have the image, and then there's going to be also, let me show you. Here is the color chart for this particular kit. Where's that floss usage chart? I think there's a floss usage chart, or the drill usage chart with this one, which, by the way, the title on this one is Shariki Sakura Fairy, and the artist is Mia Ao, which just looks like Meow. It's really cute. But you do get these drill usage charts where it tells you, like, okay, you're gonna have 96 squares of DMC 162. You're gonna have 97 of 3865. Now, you do have the option of choosing whether or not you'd like to get your cross-stitch conversion mini kit with square diamonds or round diamonds. Now, this is really important, and she even notes it if you go to buy this on the website. If you go and choose that you want round diamonds, you have to acknowledge that you are going to see little bits of the white background behind the diamonds, because square diamonds are going to cover up this grid completely. But if you get round diamonds, it's still going to be this white blank grid with these numbers, but the round drills are not going to cover up like the whole space, because they're not square shaped, they're round shaped. So you're agreeing and acknowledging that you are going to see some of that white background behind your diamonds if you choose to get round diamonds. If you get squares, not going to be a problem. So your kit's going to come with the blank canvas with the numbers, all of the usual features like I mentioned. You're going to get the square or round diamonds all in DMC color code system as usual. You're going to get a cross-stitch paper chart, which I'm going to show you. Here's the thing. So just FYI, you should never show like a complete or a like large portion of a cross-stitch chart on camera, because it is licensed and we don't want people just copying it off. So I'm just going to show you a portion of a cross-stitch chart. So like this is part of the Foxy one. You can probably see, yeah, we've got, this one is in color. And so you can see the different symbols that we have and kind of the numbers of the charting and whatnot. They match up to this set of color codes. So you can easily like use this and refer to this like as a legend, so you know which color to grab from. You could even turn this into like a set of stickers if you want to kit up your diamonds into storage containers. Then you can refer to these symbols or the DMC colors. So you are going to get a paper version of the chart in both black and white and color. So that was kind of what the color one looks like. And then this one I have part of in black and white. You can see just, where is it? Oh, it's the colors again. That's the symbol list if you get it in black and white. It's black and white symbols. Still easy to read. But then there is part of that chart. So you have both options. Now you can, well, first, let me also say that's the DMC paper schematic and the charts. She will also provide a digital chart as a PDF upon request, which I did ask her to send me the digital PDF versions of these charts for both of these kits so I could show you if you decide that you want to put these into the Pattern Keeper app. Now, here's the thing. These are smaller charts. I think that it is totally doable to just read off of the paper charts and you can mark it off as you go. Some people will use a highlighter or use like, color-coded markers or something once they've placed certain colors or something like that. So if that works for you, you can totally do that. But she can also send you a PDF version of the charts that you can import into an app such as Pattern Keeper, which is probably the most well-known for cross-stitch charts. It's currently not available on anything iOS. I use a Fire tablet that I put the Google Play Store on and put Pattern Keeper on. There are other apps out there that you can do this on, but just because this is probably the one that's most well-known, I'm just going to mention how this works. So I am in the process of importing the Foxy chart, but I do want to show you how it looks to import one of the others. So I'm going to import the Sakura Fairy one. I've already gone into my email on the tablet, downloaded the file onto my tablet, and then I'm just going to tap PDF file. And here's a really important thing to mention, is you want to make sure that you pick oops, see, I picked the wrong one. Let's go back. You want to make sure that let's delete that one because we can't use it. Import the black and white version. If you try to do what I just did with my fat thumbs and import the color version, it is not going to be able to read the chart accurately in Pattern Keeper. So we're going to pick the black and white version, and it's going to take a minute to kind of like import it and parse out the grids and everything. And then I'll show you what it looks like, because you will likely have to do a couple of extra steps with this, and it's totally not a big deal, but I want to make sure that you're aware. Now, again, this is probably me going a little bit further down the rabbit hole than I necessarily need to, because as a beginner, I actually suggest that you maybe just read off of the paper charts instead of like going the whole nine and like getting a tablet and everything for this. So we're going to check the correct size for this chart, which is 120 by 120 stitches. And then here's what happened last time is, they were not able to input the thread numbers, so we're going to click on that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to tap on each of these symbols, the ones that it couldn't find. So we're going to tap on U, and we're looking for the heart symbol on here. Down here is that heart symbol that matches up with this heart symbol, and it's DMC number 963. So I'm going to put 963 in here. And there, it's even got that pink color, which it should be because ultra very light dusty rose is what it says. So we're going to save that, and you're going to see it starts to fill in the chart. And then it wants this little star. And so we'll pick that little star. It's right here, 754. And so on and so forth. So we'll do that with all of these and then save. And you're going to see those colors kind of come to life. So just so you know, that is potentially an extra step that you're going to have to take. I'm not going to do that all for you right in front of you right here. And I'm just going to reiterate again that as beginner charts, as beginner kits for cross-stitch conversions, I would probably recommend that you just are reading off of the paper chart and get a sense for like, is this for you, before you go investing in a tablet, paying for Pattern Keeper. I think there's like a 30-day free trial of Pattern Keeper, and then you have to pay a one-time fee of like $5 or $10 or something, and then you have it forever. So there are, like I said, a total of 8 different kits currently on the website. However, Jade is regularly charting more and adding them. There's a variety of different art styles available, and some are a little more confetti heavy than others. Like this fox, if you saw kind of by comparison, this Foxy from Martith Art only has like a dozen colors and is going to have tons of color blocking, whereas this Sakura Fairy has a couple dozen colors. So, and you can tell just by looking, I think that she's going to have a little bit more detail and color variation to her. But Jade really is trying to pull pieces that she feels like are more beginner friendly and are of course going to work at these much smaller sizes. And you guys, I honestly just feel like this is an amazing introduction to cross-stitch conversion kits. If you are like so many of the people that I've talked to or been in my comments of my giant cross-stitch conversion project videos, who have been asking like just for some general tips, and I've felt a little bit at a loss because I don't know how to make it more beginner friendly to figure out like our cross-stitch conversion charts for me. Like, what are some good tester sizes and ways to try out these kinds of projects? I have felt like I haven't had a good option to suggest to you guys. It's always felt like it's really complicated. There's multiple steps. This is perfection for that exact thing. This is for those of you that are like, I want to figure out if I enjoy the process of working on a cross-stitch conversion to a diamond painting, because it taps into a different part of your brain. You're reading off of a chart and matching it to the spaces on here, which I guess I'll just really quickly demo as well. So like if you're looking up at the top, so if we're starting up at the top, like so the top of this fox has just a bunch of color blocked white up here, or I think it's a cream color. So you're looking at this and I'm reading the chart right here, and I'm starting up here at the top left corner. This is the top left corner of the chart because it's 1 and 1. And I just know that that whole block right there is going to be that one symbol, which is just a blank square, which is winter white, 3865. So actually it is a white, it's not green. And so it's just about the process of figuring out, do I like reading a chart and then counting and putting down the drills that way instead of having the symbols already printed on the canvas for me? You know what I mean? But the really cool thing is that if you give this a try and you discover like, hey, yeah, no, this is totally for me. I love working on cross-stitch conversions or something like that. Then this just really opens up a whole new world of possibilities. There are so many amazing cross-stitch charts out there that can be converted into diamond paintings on a blank canvas just like this. But before you do what I did and go dive right in with like a super huge project, I definitely recommend one of these mini cross-stitch conversion kits because you can just see, is this for me? So I'm going to link to that category on Jaded Gem Shop's website, and I'll link to both of these kits specifically. I am definitely thinking that I'm going to work on one of them very soon because I want to talk through the process with you guys and actually share a finish with you guys so you can see this is how it looks and stuff like that. But I hope that this was really helpful and fun for you to get to see now. Very quick reminder that, again, this is very much a little bit of a rough draft version that I am showing you, because Jade does live local to me and was able to just give me these materials. She had some extra blank canvases sitting around that she cut up to size, and she has her oodles and oodles of spare drills in every DMC color that she just measured out for me and gave to me. You are going to get the complete experience with Jaded Gem Shop, where it's going to come in a box. The canvas is going to have borders all the way around and finishing all the way around and the branding and everything. Your diamonds are going to come in heat sealed baggies from her manufacturer, and you're still going to get like the paper charts and everything. And just as a reminder, she provides digital charts upon request. You can I think you put it in the order notes or something like that. So I am thrilled that Jade is doing this. I'm so loving that she is continuing to try to do really innovative and helpful things. She's listening to what people are asking for, and she's heard that there's been this desire for like entry-level cross-stitch conversion charts, like testers, basically. And that's what these are, the perfect kinds of testers. So I'm sure you can hear that, like, I very genuinely am thrilled about this and love that now I get to point you guys to this as like, here's the best way that I think is currently available to dip your toes in with this whole other genre of diamond painting. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me today, you guys. Stay tuned to see me working on one or both of these very, very, very soon. I hope that this video was really helpful and that you're excited as well. Let me know if you have any questions below. Go have fun shopping at what Jaded Gem Shop has to offer. They offer a huge variety of licensed diamond paintings. Some are these mini cross-stitch conversion kits, but the vast majority right now are your standard fare of diamond paintings with printed canvases and everything, but it's highly customizable, fantastic, top-notch quality. If you haven't checked out what their shop has to offer, go and take a look because it's really, really wonderful. Let me know if you have any questions below. I'll do my best to help, but otherwise I'm going to let you guys go. Feel free to hit the subscribe button down here if you want to stay up to date with my progress on these projects and with my diamond painting progress in general. But yeah, have a wonderful rest of your day, my friends. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.